I just slammed my knee into a desk.
Sounds like you.
Oh, maybe that's what we should talk about today, is injuring ourselves.
Sure. Alright, so you've had an interesting week with injuries.
Yeah, I was at my day job on Tuesday and was cutting open a box with a box cutter, and it slipped and
No.
sliced right into my thumb, which I just took the Band-Aid off because the Band-Aids always seem to peel off. See, folks, look.
Don't show me.
See,
No,
see,
don't.
see.
Oh,
I'm super accident prone. Well, I don't say I'm accident prone, I say accidents are Nicholas prone.
yeah. They come looking for you. They're after you. They want you.
They are, because I mean, well, like, just hitting my knee,
Yeah.
cut my finger. It was, when I went to get the stitches, they're like, when was the last time you had a tetanus shot?
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, it'll be about 4 or 5 years in November, since the last time I cut myself. I sliced the same thing with the same type of knife.
Oh gosh.
I sliced open my finger there.
You think you'd learn?
You think, but yeah, maybe I'll post the pictures from this cut on Twitter or something.
You should, because that's wicked. I wish you guys could see this. It's wicked.
Well, this one here is not bad at all. I never took a before picture, but the one where I sliced open on the base of my thumb right here, that one you could see like a little bit of fat in it. It was kind of ew.
Yeah.
What about you?
Everyone in my family is accident prone. It's just kind of how we are, and it's just the stupidest things. It's like, it's not with knives. It's not with anything dangerous. We could be doing this, like, just rolling over in bed, someone popped their shoulder out. And like one time I was getting the mail and I bent down to get the mail and actually popped my knee out of place.
Ouch.
So I grabbed my knee and I popped it back in.
Ugh.
Yeah, it hurt like hell. So then I go to the doctor because I couldn't walk.
Oh.
And he's like, there's no way you popped your knee out. I was like, no, but I popped it back. That's why you can't tell it's out, because I popped it. He's like, there's no way you did that. I was like, no, I did, because I'm used to doing these things. And then a couple years later, I tripped while running because I'm that.
Oh, I can trip on solid ground, flat level ground too.
Just. And then I hurt my knee again there. So at this point I can barely walk. So
I've had bad knees since I was like 20.
Yeah.
And
you were born old.
Yeah. Again with you old. You're like what? 2 years younger than me?
Yeah, but I gotta rub it in all the time. Because you'll always be older. Always.
Yes, that's okay. I bug my sister about being old, and she's 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
But I constantly, like, I was petting one of my cats this morning, lying in bed. He was on the floor. Like, we don't have a frame. We just got the box spring and then the mattress. And I was petting him, and there's a dresser, a little nice side table beside me. And I'm petting him, and I go to lift my arm back up, and I crack my elbow against it. I'm like, of course, you know, I'm very accident prone like that.
No, I never, ever go to the doctor unless it's like really extreme. And so I'm surprised. There's actually, when I was 9, I cut my leg open and I didn't tell anybody. And so anyway, it got infected and it got really bad. By the time we went to the doctor, he's like, at this point, I cannot do anything for you. It should have had stitches, but we can't now because it was bad. So now I have this permanent scar on my thigh from when I was 9 and refuse to talk to anyone about it. And to this day, like, unless it's really interfering with my life, I won't tell anyone.
I'm the same way. Like, I did this and I thought I had just nicked it. Right, and then I went into the store that I was making delivery to, and I'm like, I'm gonna need a Band-Aid, and I rinsed underwater like I always do, right, just to help, you know, might have been some dust or whatever, dirt in there by chance, and I put paper towel on it for a little bit, and I take it off, and I'm like, I'm gonna need better than a regular Band-Aid.
I mean, like Super Aid Band-Aid.
And she's like, well, you should go to the clinic.
Yeah.
And I actually, after he had frozen it, when he was going to starting to thread it, I started getting really lightheaded. And so I'm like, just closing my eyes, like trying to like just focus on my breathing. Luckily, I never passed out. It's just not because I'm afraid of like open wounds or anything. Because I mean, I hurt myself a lot.
No, it's like it's a physiological thing. You can't control it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a high tolerance for pain because of the fact that I'm constantly hurting myself.
Yeah. But it's a combination of shock and pain and then blood loss and there's nothing you can do about
And
that.
yeah, accident prone runs in my family too. My sister is accident prone. My daughter is accident prone. I worry about her when she's running because she doesn't always pick her feet up all the way. And yeah, so the scar right here. So you guys can see the picture there. And it was my first. I don't know if it was first day, but first week without. Or first couple weeks, whatever, on a two-wheel bike without training wheels. And there was a whole bunch of kids racing in another part of the neighborhood that I lived in. And I didn't want to race, so I was going home. I thought they were chasing me. I looked behind me, looked forward, slammed into the back of a car, and cracked my head open on the windshield wiper. My mom was on the phone to my dad, and she goes, "Hang on, that sounds like Nicholas crying." She looks out the window, sees me coming across the little field, because we lived in like townhouses. And blood just pouring down my face, and she goes, "Oh my God, I gotta go, Nicholas is bleeding." And like she came out, neighbors came out, the people whose car I hit came out, and the lady actually took us down to the hospital.
Oh, that's nice.
Required 7 stitches.
I can beat that. My cousin accidentally shot my sister with a bow and arrow. Like,
Oh my God!
accidentally.
Whoa, that definitely beats it.
He'll never, ever, ever live that down.
No.
Holy. And that's accident prone too.
Either that or else the ghost that we...
Yeah, we
Talked
had that
about.
problem last week.
Yeah, it was, last week though was the Willow
He
picture.
needs to stop messing with us.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's another thing for another time, is some ghost stories.
So,
for the vlog.
another accident story of my sister, not my own. You know how we used to play with wheelbarrows and stuff?
Yeah.
But she was in the wheelbarrow and cousins were pushing her and I guess something happened and she ended up cutting the inside of her thigh so bad she had to be
Ouch.
rushed to the hospital. All because they were playing with a wheelbarrow. So it's like, okay, I understand why they discourage play like that now. I get it.
Wow.
You never know when something bad's going to happen with the most innocent of toys.
Yeah, exactly. That wheelbarrow's not exactly a toy though.
Well, but kids can make it a
Oh,
toy.
exactly. Anyway, I think that's all we have for today. I'm Nick with a K, and we should have done that at the beginning.
Oh, I'm Nick with a C. That was an accident.
Super accident prone.
Ah.
Alright, so we're going to fix that poster for next episode. Anyway, you folks have a good day. We'll see you next time. Whoa!